Using adaptive cruise control inside of Volvo Electrics is a very straightforward process. You're just going to use the buttons that are along the left steering wheel. So in order to turn it on, you're going to be in drive first. You can turn the system on as you start driving there. And then what that's going to do is it's going to toggle the system on off. So you can see inside of the cluster screen, there's a little icon there and it's got a steering wheel with a hand on it. So that essentially means that it's the lane follow assist system. So as long as the vehicle recognizes the lane markings, it's going to keep you perfectly balanced in your lane. It can even take you around bends. It is a very, very good system. But if you're not a fan of that system, you can toggle it off by going left versus right there. So toggling the systems on versus off. And that's going to be the difference between a car icon versus that steering wheel with a hand on it inside of the screen instead. From there, once you get up to speed, you're going to push this button in order to actually put yourself into the adaptive cruise control system. So set your current speed, and then you can go up or down this way. And it's going to take you to the next 5 or 0. So you can increase 5 kilometers or 5 miles per hour at a time. But if you're set at, let's say, 33 kilometers an hour, and you push up, it'll take you to 35. You push down, it'll take you to 30. So it's essentially going to take you to the nearest 5 or 0. And then from there, you can also temporarily turn it off. Inside of the screen itself, you're going to see that there's another speed that's right above your typical road speed. And that one's going to be essentially for your locked in or your remembered adaptive cruise control speed. So if you want to resume that set speed, all you're going to do is push this little button along the very top in order to resume that speed. You can hit the brake in order to pause, pushed up to resume as well. And then there's also a distance indicator. So it's how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you. There are 5 unique levels. I normally recommend the first level, maybe the second for regular residential streets, and then the second, third, maybe fourth, depending on your own comfort level when you're on the highway. I personally drive residential streets with level 1, on the highway typically 2 or 3, but again, that's a matter of personal preference. But let's figure out how to use the system in person. Perfect. There's some traffic here, so we'll actually be able to see it in action. Always a nice thing. All right, so we're on a 50 road right now. So as you can see, I've currently got the speed set to 50. And we're coming up to a red light, so you're going to notice that the speed starts to drop. But you can drop down 5 kilometers per hour at a time or 5 miles per hour at a time. You can hit the brake in order to pause, push up in order to resume. And then as I mentioned, you can set your distance. So how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you? We're on just a residential street right now, so level 1 is more than enough in my opinion, but it's straightforward to use. One cool thing about the adaptive cruise system is that if you come down to a complete stop and then the car in front of you starts to move, and if it's after 3 seconds, the cluster is going to display a little message. Oh, even look at this. It's following around that bend perfectly. But yeah, where was I? So what's going to happen is if the leading car in front of you ends up taking off and you aren't paying attention, you're going to get a little message in your cluster screen telling you that you should start driving. It's pretty neat from that perspective, but it's a very straightforward system to use. So again, in a nutshell, it's going up or down 5 kilometers, 5 miles per hour at a time, or it's going to take you to the next 5 or 0. And then from here, I've got the lane following system turned on. So around bends and things like that, it recognizes the lane markings so it can keep you perfectly balanced in your lane. And then the other one is going to be toggle on, toggle off, etc. So it's very straightforward actually using this system. Next thing to point out are going to be the power gauges along the right side. So this is the electric, so the Recharge version of the Volvo. So it doesn't have a traditional tachometer. It's just going to be your speedometer to the left, and then you've got your power versus charge gauge off to the right side. So as I put my foot down in order to speed up, you can see that I'm using power. As I go to brake, it's charging up instead. So you can see it kind of going plus or minus. So I want you to think of the plus as it goes up as your traditional tachometer. And then as you go down, that's your recharge braking levels. As of right now, I've got it set to the auto regen braking inside of the infotainment system. That system is amazing. And the reason why is because if there's no car in front of you, you take your foot off the accelerator, you slow down pretty slowly. But if there's a car stopped, like the one in front of me right now, it essentially makes it so that it's like you're driving using the adaptive cruise control system. So it slows you down very, very rapidly instead. And you saw there as it happened, it also had a max charge, so it's maximum regen braking capabilities. I know that's quite a little bit of information, but that's how you use the adaptive cruise control system inside of Volvo vehicles.